the big debate. Should you wear hiking boots or trail runners when you backpack? And did I just get dirt on my floor doing that? Yes, I did. Oh well. Okay, this is a big debate in the backpacker community. What's better for you, hiking boots or trail runners? This is really totally up to your personal preference. It is definitely trendier for backpackers to be wearing trail runners, especially long distance backpackers. And people get really crazy into their shoes and really crazy into telling other people what shoes they should be wearing. So I just want to preface this by saying you should find the shoe that works for you, that fits you the best, that keeps you the most comfortable, and you should go with that shoe, no matter what other people think about your shoe choices. I recently talked to Oboz Footwear, which that is the company of hiking boot that I wear. And I was asking them, like, what is the most important factor in choosing your hiking shoes? And they told me the most important factor over anything else is getting a pair of shoes that fits correctly. So they told me that the best way to ensure that you are getting the correct size in your shoe is to actually get your foot professionally measured. But if you don't feel like going and doing that, I will just say first and foremost that most thru hikers or long distance backpackers end up wearing a shoe size that's at least half a size bigger than their normal shoe size. And a lot of people end up wearing, and this is myself included, actually wear hiking boots or hiking shoes that are a full size bigger than their normal everyday shoes. The reason for this is when you're on your feet all day, every day, carrying a heavy backpack, your feet tend to swell. In addition to that, you tend to be wearing thicker socks than in normal everyday life when you're out hiking. Let's talk through the major pros and cons of wearing hiking boots versus trail runners. Okay, first and foremost, hiking boots give you more stability. They're just a more stable shoe, they're heavier, they have more traction, they're just more stable. But they're heavier, so you're doing more work picking up your feet all day, every day, versus the much lighter trail runners. So a lot of people who are doing big miles in a day, like thru hikers, prefer having a lighter shoe because it's just easier on them, and they feel like they can go a lot faster and farther wearing trail runners as opposed to boots. Trail runners also tend to be more breathable, which if you're out hiking all day, every day in the elements, your shoes are gonna get wet at some point and you want them to dry out faster, obviously. I always recommend to people, whether they're getting boots or trail runners, that you actually don't get waterproof shoes. Because with waterproof shoes, your feet can't breathe as well. You could end up with heat rash. You could end up with more blisters because of it. If your shoes do get wet, which they inevitably will if you're out in the elements all day, then it's gonna take them a lot longer to dry if you have gotten waterproof shoes as opposed to not waterproof. Hiking boots also tend to be a lot more stable. So personally, I have back problems. So I just feel like wearing trail runners, especially on rocky trails, it's just not supportive enough for me, not just in my feet, but also in my other joints and especially my back. So I just feel like I need more shock absorption, and I get that from wearing hiking boots. All that being said, I also own a pair of hybrids. These are like a trail runner hybrid mix. They're the Oboz Arets. And I like these because they're much lighter weight than the hiking boots. They're not nearly as light as my trail runners, but they are lighter than the hiking boots. They're not waterproof, so they're quite breathable, but they still are quite stable. And I will note that if you want to be wearing trail runners, but you feel like you need a little more stability, you also could always get some inserts to put into your shoes to give your foot more support. And as you are trying these out at the store, just remember that if you're planning to wear these shoes backpacking, you are going to have a lot more weight on your back, which can weigh you down more. So if you're trying them on, trying to figure out which ones you want to wear, try to put on a backpack and walk around with them a little bit and just see how they feel with that extra added weight. In addition, once you do choose your shoes, whether it be hiking boots or trail runners or more of a hybrid, remember that it's also very important to get good quality socks. You want these to be cushioned and moisture wicking so that they pull moisture away from your feet. Again, to help prevent blisters, to help prevent rubbing, to help prevent swamp foot and heat rash, all those sorts of good things. I personally wear Darn Tough brand, but there are lots of other brands of hiking socks out there as well. And in addition, when I go backpacking, I also wear sock liners. These are usually made from silk or polyester. You can get them at like REI or any outdoor store. And again, those just help prevent blisters. Anyway, that's my take on trail runners versus hiking boots. I would love to know in the comments which ones you wear and why. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.